Hello everybody, Toreno here, and welcome back to the Sons of Attila Dev Server. And today we're going to be taking a look at this new self-propelled anti-aircraft vehicle that is coming to the American and Israeli tech trees. And that is the Improved Chapparal. I hope I've pronounced that correctly. And basically this seems to be a missile launch vehicle, a SAM vehicle. And so, as we can see, it carries its main armament at the rear of the vehicle, and it has these 4 missiles. And we have a total of 12 missiles available, so it looks like we've got 2 reloads for each tube. And we're looking at the American one at the moment. So, it carries the MIM-72A surface-to-air missiles. So, the A version has rear aspect targeting, and it's got a launch range of 6 kilometers. A maximum speed of 720 meters a second, maximum overload of 16.5 G, and a TNT equivalent of 3.54 kilograms, and a missile guidance time of 60 seconds. The C variant is all aspect targeting, again the same maximum speed and maximum overload. Launch range is 6 kilometers, and the lock range in all aspect is 3 kilometers, but the lock range in rear aspect is 11 kilometers. And again, 3.98 kilograms TNT equivalent and 60 seconds of missile guidance time. And we can also see here the gunner does have access to thermal vision devices and the driver night vision devices. And you can see most of the crew are just really hilariously exposed. You've got your commander, 2 loaders and driver just sitting here at the front. The gunner's the only one in any sort of cover. And even then, it's mainly armoured glass and structural steel. It's not going to protect you. This vehicle is not going to take a single hit from any sort of explosive shell whatsoever. It's just going to explode and die hilariously quickly. And you don't even need to do that. Just one shell through here and you've wiped out the entire crew. And the top speed of this vehicle is 30 miles per hour. So a decently fast enough vehicle. And that is on a 128 horsepower engine. And it's got 4 gears forward and 1 gear backwards, so a reverse speed of 10 miles per hour. And we can see it has got a targeting speed of 54 degrees a second and a vertical targeting speed of 34 degrees a second. So it should be pretty good at, tracking targets. And you can see the gunner optics have a range of 10 kilometers. It's got BVR mode and ACM mode and a zoom of 6 times. However, there is one aspect I have noticed about this vehicle. It doesn't appear to have a radar. So, while this does seem like it will be a decent anti-air vehicle, it might have some issues actually, finding targets. It's going to have to rely on the operator being quite aware of their surroundings, and possibly on other teammates to, spot the enemy aircraft. And this is going to be in the American tech tree between the M247 and the LAV-AD, so Tier 6, battle rating 9.3. Now we're going to move over to the Israeli variant, which is coming at the end of the Israeli anti-air lineup, and that's going to be battle rating 10.3. Remember, the American version was 9.3. So why is that? As you can see, it looks pretty much the same visually. So the same bad armour, same top speed, same gears forward and back, same crew. And the answer is basically within the missiles used. So the American variant has access to the A and C missiles. The Israeli variant has access to the G missiles. So it's got all aspect targeting, which is good, and a launch range of 6 kilometers, lock range in all aspect of 6 kilometers, lock range in rear aspect 11 kilometers, missile guidance time of 60 seconds, same maximum overload and maximum speed. However, what it has, which the other ones don't, is electronic countermeasures. So in theory, this should be less susceptible to countermeasures that are directed against it. So enemy aircraft are going to have a much harder time getting away from this missile. So basically, once the Israeli variant's up to its Tier 4 modification and unlocked that missile, it's going to be a hell of a lot better than the American version. Though until then, it's going to be basically the same as far as I can tell. So yeah, if you want the best variant of this, you'll want to be going down the Israeli tech tree. And although modern vehicles aren't necessarily my area of expertise, I'm pretty sure this is a American developed and produced vehicle. So I'm pretty sure the missiles are also American developed and produced. So it's a bit weird that Israel's getting the very best version of this vehicle with the very best missiles. Kind of would have thought that maybe would have done a bit better in the American tech tree, but then again, it is filling that gap on the American tech tree, whereas on the Israeli tech tree, there isn't so much of a gap. And it's already covered by the Macbeth, which is at battle rating 9.3, which is the same as the American variant. And again, with the American variant, it's just filling that gap between the M247 and LAV AD. But I don't know, like I say, it is a bit weird that the Israelis are getting the best version of an American vehicle. Maybe one day Gaijin can get around to trying to sort out a way of modifying the battle rating depending on what modifications you've taken. In which case it could still be at 9.3 with the regular missiles and then be a little bit higher with the improved missiles. But anyway, that's just a quick look at the improved Chaparral. Hopefully you've enjoyed this video. Hopefully you'll join me for the next one. I've been Toreno, and I'll see you next time.